Good evening. Thank you so much for coming and joining again. It's great to have you here and just kind of being part of this process. We are going to do some Superstretch tonight, which is bent on fitness version of yoga. And so a lot less chanting, none, and probably a lot less granola than some yogas because it's Superstretch. Anyway, we want you to come along, we want you to join us, but we also want you to start where you are, do what you can, and progress as you need to tonight. Allow yourself to take time in postures if you need more time, pause if you need to pause, and then join when you're ready to join. So we're going to start in a seated posture, and you can come into what's also considered a simple sitting pose, and allow yourself to just come to a place of just rest for a couple of moments. Again, you can sit back on your knees. If this is difficult, you can sit with your hands around your knees or even to one side, whatever works for you for right now. I want you to find a position that actually feels comfortable for you. So bringing your hands into your lap, just drop your chin to your sternum. Let your shoulders sink back and feel your weight sit back into your pelvis. Begin to take several nice deep breaths. Remember, your breaths are about guiding you. Your breaths are there to be the leader to your movements. So it's not so much that you're trying to find a particular pace, but you're trying to find balance within your breath. So let the tongue go to the roof of the mouth to connect the body and allow the ribs to expand wide and the belly to fill and the back to open. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. And just think of the width that the body's opening up to. Bring your palms to your center. Let your chin just drop into your sternum. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead and reach. Exhale, bring your hands through the center. Inhale again, circle your arms up and overhead to reach. And bring your hands through the center. And one more time. Circle those arms up and overhead to reach. And bring your hands to your center. Taking your hands to the ground, come onto all fours, allowing yourself to be in hands and knees position. Toes are flattened to the ground. Pull the navel towards the body and begin to round the back and bring your chin towards your sternum. We're moving into a cat stretch. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, and come into the cow pose. Exhale, pull the rib cage into the body, round the back, chin towards the sternum. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Continue like this, allowing the body to move like it's a part of the ocean, just the ease and the moves of the waves of the ocean. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, pull the belly into the back and round the back, chin towards the sternum. Two more. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the back, chin towards the sternum. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Curl the toes under, set your weight back to your heels. And allow your chest to lift nice and tall. Again, round the back. This time, bring the weight over the hands. Drop the hips and then sink back into that kind of upright child's pose. Again, round the back, pull the body weight forward. Unfurl, lift the chest up and then sink back into your hips. Again, roll the chest and round the body forward. Lift up and then sink back one more time. Round the body. Come forward. Drop the chest, lift the head, and sink back. And just begin to shift forward and back. Nice and slow. You're letting your breath move first and your body follow. Think of pulling from underneath your arms, not just from your shoulders or your wrists. One more time, drop your weight back. Let your head drop. Let your chin come towards your sternum and get long from your hands to your hips. Lengthen the back body. Feel the sinking in of your belly against the thighs. Breathe deep into the rib wall. One more breath, inhaling to the width of the rib cage, exhaling, inhaling. Bring your hands underneath your knee, underneath your shoulders. Lift your knees off the ground and come into a downward facing dog. In that downward facing dog, just press back. Feel the weight pull out of your hands, into your hips, down into your heels. And then begin to walk your feet up to your hands. Head down, chin in, shoulders pulling off and away from the back of the ears. Big deep breath, inhale and exhale. Settle. Slowly begin to inhale and begin to roll yourself upright. Body nice and tall, chest is lifted. Inhale, just take your arms out wide to a T. Feel that length through the entire width of your back to the width of your arms. Reach those fingertips to the far ends of the room. Let the belly expand. Exhale, bringing the hands to center. Inhale, circle those arms up and overhead reach. Exhale, bringing the hands down to center. Inhale. Taking the arms up overhead. Exhale through the center. And one more time. Inhale. Bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale. Bring the hands through the center. Inhale. Take those arms up and overhead. Reach. Bend the knees. Dive forward. Come into the forward fold. Inhale. Lift the chest. Pull the head away from the hips, and then exhale again. Head down, chin in. Inhale, sweep up. Take those arms high up and over your head. Bend the knees, or bend the arms and come back in. Inhale again. Take those arms high overhead, reach. Bend the knees and dive. Don't let your arms race or finish first. Head down, chin in. Inhale to half lift. Bring the head and heart forward. Push your hands into the shins as if you're pushing in from your shoulders. Feel your weight back in your heels. Inhale, sweep yourself up, arms overhead. Exhale and through. Inhale again and reach up. Bend the knees and dive. Head down, chin in, look back to those knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, inhale, sweep up from the half lift, reach, exhale, hands down and through. Inhale once more, take those arms up overhead, bend the knees, dive forward, head down, chin in, look back. Inhale, looking forward, taking those arms back up and overhead, head up. Hands down through the center. Inhale, step towards the top of your mat. Arms come up and over your head, reach. Exhale, bend the knees, dive forward. Place your hands all the way to the mat. Begin to walk back. So first you can walk back to your knees, then extend one foot after the other, and then head is forward, chest is forward. So you're in the top of the push-up. From that, press back to the downward facing dog. Move your feet in, slightly bend your knees and pull your hips away from your shoulders. Feel that length, that rest in your back. As you take that breath and expand the wall of the rib cage and the spaces between and inside the vertebra. And then as you exhale, still try to release the tension. Inhale, begin to step or walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale and fold. Inhale and sweep up. Exhale and through. Inhale, circle those arms up and overhead reach. Bend the knees and dive. Inhale, step back to the push-up. Breathing, exhaling. Lift the hips, press back to downward facing dog. Get long in the back. Reach through the hips, down into the heels. Inhale, step or walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale, inhale, sweep up. Exhale and through. And then again, take your arms up and overhead reach. Exhale through. Once more, circle those arms high overhead. Bend the knees slightly, dive forward, hands to the mat, step back into plank. Hold the top of that push-up. Drop your knees, and then let's sit back to a child's pose. Get long, feel the length in the back of the neck, the head reaching back towards the top of the mat, the hips sinking further towards the heels. Widen the knees if you'd like for more space. You can also be up on your forearms if you choose. Just let the breath bring ease into the body and quietness into the mind. Inhale, shift forward into all fours. Exhale, lift the hips, come right into a downward facing dog. And then begin to step or walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Exhale and fold, chin towards your sternum. Inhale, sweep up, take those arms high over your head. Exhale, hands through. Inhale, circle those arms up, reach up, look up, nice and high. Feel the body being pulled towards the sky as your weight sits back deep into those heels. Slide the hands down the center line of the body and left leg step straight back into the lunge. Let the shoulders come back over the hips. Pull the right hip back. Get long from the back foot all the way up through the crown of the head. Reach forward, get long. Take your arms up, overhead reach. Lift up out of the back foot and let's come into warrior two. You can look at your legs and just make sure that your heel is lined up either with your arch or with the other heel. Breathing, reaching. Straighten out your front leg, reach forward, and then tip over to the triangle. Lift that chest up. Open. Press back into the heel of the back leg. Breathing. Notice if your arch on your back foot is caving in, or can you lift that arch up a little bit? Look down, tilt back up center, return to the warrior two. Take that back arm up, move the back heel. So now you're more just lined up with the heels. Back heel is a little bit further back, and lift the chest. Open up, look up if it's comfortable. Breathe into the front of the body. Exhale, take those arms around. Bring your hands to the front of the leg. Straighten out the leg and begin to walk down the front of the leg. Head down, chin in, and you can look back if it's comfortable towards the back leg. You can take a look at that arch on the back foot, see if it's caved in. Can you open up that foot? Breathing. Inhale, bend the front knee slightly, walk your hands up the front leg, take that left arm around, reset your feet for warrior two. So that means the back foot is about 90 degrees, the front foot is square towards the front of the mat. Take those arms out, breathing, bend into that front leg, and let's tilt to the reverse warrior. So take the back arm down, so tilting as if you're lifting up out of the front leg. Keep that chest high, breathing. Look up into that upper arm. Straighten that back leg as strong as you can. Inhale, back to the warrior two. Straighten up that front leg. And then reach forward again. One more time into triangle. Tilt over, lift the chest. Breathe, look down once again. Bend the knee. As you step forward, bring your arms up and forward and take your arms overhead. Reach. Bring your arms back down to your side. Inhale, we'll go through a sun salute. Reach up, bend the knees, dive forward, hands to the ground, step back into push-up. Hold the top of the push-up here, and then just press back to downward facing dog. Think of how long the back is. Think of how lifting and bend the knees just to release the tension, any pressure in the lower back. Pull the rib cage into the body. Pull your shoulders out of your upper back. Bend the knees, look forward, step or walk your feet all the way up to your hands, and exhale to fold. Inhale, bend the knees, and sweep up. Taking the arms up again, over your head, reach. Exhale, bend the elbows, drop through. Bend the knees slightly, step the right foot back, breathing, nice and tall. Rotate that right heel, turn that right arm out, and let's come into that warrior two again. Look at those feet, line the heels, the front heel up with the back heel or the back arch. Breathing, nice and long. Open that chest and lift. Inhale, circle that back arm around. Back heel is lifted. Take those arms high up and overhead. Feel that stretch through the back leg. Straighten up that front leg. Exhale, take your hands to the front of your leg and begin to walk yourself forward. If you need to, you bring that back foot in and head forward across the front of the leg. Remember, it's not so much the head's coming into the leg, it's the body's folding across the leg. Inhale, bend the knees slightly, walk the hands back up the knee as you need to. Take that right arm back again. Look at those feet, and you're returning to warrior two. Keep the chest up, the body long. Breathing, straighten up that front leg, reaching forward and tilt over to the triangle. Breathing, open that chest. Think of lengthening all the way from your left hand to your right hand as if you're leaning up against an invisible wall behind you. Or maybe you're really leaning up against a wall. Breathing, inhale, bend the knee, slowly bring yourself up. And we're going to take that arm around. You're going to readjust that back leg. Breathing, lift the chest up. Open. Push the back heel down, straighten out that back leg. Breathing. Inhale, straighten up the front leg slightly. Return to your warrior two. And then let's go to reverse warrior. Reach up and lengthen. Let your right hand rest on your right thigh as you reach through that left arm. Open the chest. Inhale, back through the warrior two. Straighten up that front leg again and tilt forward. And once more, coming into that triangle. Open the chest. Get long in the neck and the shoulders. Bend the front knee, retilt back to center. Take that back arm forward, back heel lifts, and let's just step together, arms overhead. Lift the chest up, bend the knees, dive. We'll come through a sun salute. As you step back into plank, hold the top of the push-up just for a moment. Drop now into the knees as you need to lower into the mat. Inhale, slide the elbows underneath you so that you come into Sphinx. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, chin towards the sternum. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, chin towards the sternum. Once more, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, chin towards the sternum. Begin to lower yourself back down to the ground. Push yourself up. Let's just go through child's pose to lengthen. Get long in the back. Feel the hips sink back again towards the heels. And then inhale, coming up just a little bit, sink back about half the distance, and you're going to take both hands to the left side of your mat. From the left side of your mat, I want you to sink your hips back into the right side of your mat and get long. Notice the curve in the back. Reach and look at both hands. See if you can keep both thumbs lined up. Even though this one hand could go further, keep both arms even as best you can. Breathe into that side waist. Inhale, look forward, come up on that diagonal, walk both hands to the center, and let's go to the other side. Reach those hands out, thumbs line up, and then sink back towards your right hip or your left hip. Feel that stretch all the way up the side waist. Breathe, look at those hands and get long. Head down as it's comfortable. Lengthen. Inhale, look forward, shift forward into that diagonal. Walk your hands back to center. We'll take your right hand and reach your right arm through. Let your right shoulder hit the ground and then reach your left arm straight, nice and long. Breathing. Bring your left hand back in, press up, roll up and through. And then let me just turn around just to make it a little bit easier. Taking back in just to settle just a little bit and then reach through with that left arm. Lower your head and reach that right arm overhead. Roll towards the back of the shoulder. Slide that right arm in, roll yourself back up. Let's go into a couple of cat-cows. Lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the pelvis around the back, chin towards the sternum. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And exhale again, chin towards the sternum. Once more, inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And exhale, round the back, chin towards the sternum. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. So we did this the other day, but it was probably difficult to hear because I was outside. So now we're going to do it inside, and hopefully that you can see and hear me do this. You're going to start in a tall kneeling position. So we're in a full kneel with both hands on the ground and both knees on the ground. If you need to bring more mat underneath you, just do so. It's no big deal. Inhale, you're just going to take up your right leg. So I want you to take your right leg up. See if you can keep your right foot squared to your body. Take your arms up and over your head, reach and find length. From there, take your left hand and look at the ground, and then slowly put that left hand on the ground. Then return and look up towards the right arm. Inhale, lift out of that bottom arm. Take both arms up. Now lower your right hand to your right thigh. No weight on it, and look up into your left arm. Reaching and pulling out of that left leg. Look down towards the right leg. Look back up. And then bring that right arm back in and then lower both arms and bring the leg back in. Let's do the other side. So extend that left leg out. Body's nice and tall. Chest is lifted. Both arms come up. Nice and high. Reach. Lower down and take that right hand all the way to the ground. Reach up. Lift the chest. Breathing. Open. And then pull yourself up. Take your left hand to your left thigh and reach up out of the right side. So there's no real weight, but you're just reaching down into that left leg. Inhale, take both arms back up, and then bring your bottom knee back in. We'll go to the first side again. Extend that leg out, take both arms up. Take both arms up, reach, tilt over to that side leg, breathing. And then back up. And then lower the top hand, reach down to the outside of the standing leg. And then take that top arm overhead. Pull the hips towards me. Lengthen. Take that top arm up. And then both arms come high. And then bring your elbows in. Let's go to the other side. Bringing out that left leg, take both arms up, take your top hand and touch your thigh and reach up through the right arm. Inhale, bring the left arm back up, drop into that right arm, look up, and then take that right arm overhead, get long from your hand to your heel, breathing. And then inhale, lift yourself up. And again, bring that right arm up. Bring your leg in underneath you and lower your arms. Good. Let's go back into all fours, hands and knees, lift the tailbone, lift the chest again, and then sink back into the hips. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Exhale, press yourself back. Sit back into downward facing dog and sink into those heels. Get long in the neck. Inhale, look forward towards your hands. Begin to step or walk your feet up to your hands. Lift out of the heels, drop into the ball mount of the feet, and then begin to gently bring yourself to the ground. Body nice and tall, chest is lifted. Think of open chest, lengthened in the back, long in the neck. A couple of nice long deep breaths. Drop the chin to the sternum, round the back, little cat-cow while we're sitting. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale and lower. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale and lower. Once more, inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Take the hands back behind, lift and open through the collarbones. Breathe. Roll out of the heel of the hands. Bring the hips slightly forward towards the heels and begin to lower yourself gently into the mat. As you're lowered into the mat, just allow yourself to rest back. Hands can be on your belly. Let your feet go wider than your hips width and let the knees drop into one another. Arms drop away from the sides and just allow yourself to rest into the floor. Taking some easy breaths, opening into the back body, and then bring those knees up and let's drop the knees out and bring the bottoms of the feet together. It's called a reclined cobbler's pose. Let the knees drop. For some of you, this might be too much opening for the hips, so you could always have your knees a little bit higher, or you can take blocks or bolsters underneath your thighs. Arms are wide. Inhale, bring those knees back together. Walk your feet in just a little bit and let the right knee come into the chest. Hold underneath the knee, just so we don't compress the top of the knee joint so much. Pull that right knee into the chest without rounding or forcing the left foot down. Just draw the right knee in. Feel that stretch from the lower back. As it's comfortable, pull yourself up towards that knee without shrugging into the shoulders. Really just use the abdominals. Inhale and roll yourself back. Exhale, curl yourself up. Inhale and roll back. Now, if you need to, you could just pull the knee in as you exhale and curl yourself up. Just bring your head, just keep your head there. Or if you would like, you can bring your head to meet your knee. One more time. Either pull your knee in just to your chest, just to feel that stretch from the back, or you can add the head to the knee as you'd like. Inhale, lower the head back, and then reach that right leg up. Flex the foot and point the foot a couple of times. It's nice to have no load on that leg. Sink the hips into the ground and feel kind of your abdomen moving away from the top of your thigh. Release your hands from your leg. Breathing. And then gently just cross your right ankle over that left thigh. Take your right hand and press up and away with that right hand. It's almost like you're making a spiral from the inside or kind of groin side of your thigh to the outside of the knee. So you're pressing up and away, up and away. Last time, press up and away and just hold. Breathe. Relax the right glute, relax the left glute. Bringing the right knee back into your chest, hold underneath that right leg. Extend the left leg all the way out as it's comfortable. Using your left hand, take the right knee to the top of the thigh. And then just gently pull that right knee across the midline of the body. So you're keeping that right shoulder on the ground as you're taking the right knee across. And you're not trying to bring the right knee to the ground. It's just trying to bring the right knee across the midline of the body. You're up onto the left hip and your right glute is off the mat. Breathe as you press back into the shoulder and down into that right knee. Inhale and gently bring that right knee back into center. Hold the right knee with the right hand. If you'd like, bring the left knee in and begin to just circle that right hip inside the joint. The arm is just right across the top of the knee, giving that knee some distance away from the shoulder, but also having some control too. Good. And then pause. And then let's go the other direction. Make sure that the left leg isn't flopping around, but that left leg is staying connected. And then go ahead and pause. Bring that right knee back into center and place the right foot on the ground. Take a nice cleansing breath. Inhale, bring the left knee into the chest and hold underneath the left knee now. Draw that left knee nice and close to the body. As it's comfortable, curl the head up towards that left knee. Inhale and roll yourself back. Again, curl yourself up towards that left knee. Remember that modification, if you don't want to bring your head up, you just keep that knee pulling in and then release the knee just a little bit. And again, pull that left knee in and then release. One more time, pull that knee in. Exhale. If you'd like, the head comes up with it. Inhale and exhale. Roll your head and shoulders back. Extend the left foot to the sky and just point and flex. Feel the deepening of the hip into the ground. And then release, if you can, from holding that left leg. Breathing. Just allow that left leg to hold up. And then now take that left ankle across the right knee. If you can, keep that nice right angle and the foot flexed as you take the left hand from the inside of the hip to the outside of the left knee. You're pressing up and around, or up, around, and away. opening up that hip joint. So we've done this before, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more pull where you bring the knee in. I just wanted this to be a little bit softer, just a little bit different way of doing this. You can always add more. There's always more syrup to put on the ice cream. There's always more sprinkles, but right now we're just doing some nice, gentle, simple squirt of some chocolate syrup. Kind of makes it kind of sound fun, doesn't it? All the way up and around. Hold, take a big deep breath. Inhale, exhale, release and restore with your breath. Inhale, gently bring that knee into the chest again. And extend the right leg now. Now you don't have to hold real hard, again, because you're going to take that right hand with that left knee, and you're just going to take that left knee across the midline of the body. The foot is on the knee, remember, just as a placeholder, and you're not trying to really bring the knee to the ground. You're getting that stretch of the outside now of that left hip. Left shoulder is down, and breathe. Try not to clench the glute on either side, the right or the left. It's easy to kind of squeeze the glute. You can get a little bit further, but you need to kind of relax on this one. Big, deep, opening breath. And release. Inhale, gently rock back into center. You can slide the right foot in if you'd like and begin an out circle with that left leg. Gentle, easy, just opening into that hip. In reality, so often we do so many hard things on our body and sitting is hard. Standing, walking can be hard, but all the exercise that we tend to do, I know all the exercise that you're doing these days, is a lot of work on the body. Plus any stress from either emotional, physical, or food can really bear into the body. Also, if we're not hydrated, it can be problematic. Make sure that you're going now the other direction. Just allow that femur to kind of stir inside the hip joint. Breathing and pause. Bring that left knee into the chest. Let's go ahead and bring the right knee into the chest as well and drop both knees into the belly. Inhale, exhale. Dropping the right foot and then the left foot. Shift both hips to the left side of your mat. Then bring both knees back up. Let's drop all the way into a full body rotation. So taking the knees in one direction, the opposite shoulder is down. Arms are down and away from the chest. Big breath into the belly, into the back. If you'd like to, turn your head away from the direction of your knees. And take a deep breath. Inhale, bring your head back to center. So you can see how I try to coordinate the breath and the movement. Ideally, if the breath leads the movement will happen. And if the breath stops, that's actually an indicator that the body is not willing to go in that place yet either. So if you find yourself stuck, go into the movement with the breath instead of just forcing the movement without the breath. Inhale, bring those knees back up to center. You'll be a little bit off on the mat. Shift your hips to the right side of the mat. Bring those knees up again and drop both knees over to the left. Drop that right shoulder. Arms are wide. Inhale. So we're trying to line the hips up towards the center of the body instead of having everything just be off center. Use the upper arms to level out the upper back. And if it's comfortable, turn your head away from the direction of the knees. Breathing. Inhale, bring that head back to center first and gently bring those knees back up into the midline of the body and drop each foot. Bring those hips back underneath you and let's just come to a place of a little bit more quiet, a little bit more rest. Take a big deep breath. And I want your either knees bent. You can fully extend your legs if you'd like to. Your body might not be happy with that, but it might be fine as well. But find a position that is comfortable to you. The Shavasana position is the quiet posture, is the corpse pose, is sitting and lengthening into the body. I'll move back just a smidge so that you can just be at a rested position. taking a nice long deep breath for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and then exhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Again, inhale for the count of 5. And exhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. And then again, inhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold for a moment. And then just exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Just let that breath be at ease in the body. Let the jaw soften as you take the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes settle back in the head. And just feel the breath wash over the body. Feel stress, release, almost like sand pouring out of the body. And let your eyes settle back and your jaw soften. Inhale, slowly just wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Slide your feet in so your shins are vertical again. Drop yourself to one side and bring yourself up gently and slowly. Sitting in a comfortable seated position again, allow yourself to be upright, tall, open. And then drop your chin to your sternum. Bring your palms to your center. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead, reach. Exhale and through. Inhale, circle your arms up and overhead. And then through. And one more time. Reach and lift. And through. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Be well.